I wanted to get out a rotational sander and show you, but I've given away some stuff over the last couple of years. Doom was a terrible thing. And I need to order some parts from Vince's Wooden Wonders. Vince's Wooden Wonders. That's Vince Welch. He's the master of sanding supplies. He's got the pads, the backing, and all that stuff. But I started this off by telling you, your worst enemy can be, or maybe, or could be, I believe is, hardware store sandpaper. I don't even have any of it left anymore. I've given away bundles and packs that I bought through major retailers, major catalog sales, Harbor Freight, the paint store guy that did automobile paint. I got all this paper, and I had it from 80 grit to 1,000 grit, and I tear it in strips and take a strip and hone it with a strip. I was being my own worst enemy at the time. I really was. Why? Sanding can destroy your work, or it can help take away from it. And we're going to do something about explaining sanding and why I'm a big kick on this rotational sanding. It's not powered. I got a little power thing back there. I'll show you when we do it. When I'm talking about rotationals from Vince's Wooden Wonders, I get these pads. All right? This is 600, 800, 1200, 1500. A rough piece of paper. No, what is it? 2,000 grit. So this pack here was put together to help me turn plastics. Because when I get to 400, I got to go to something real fine. I'm not a nut about it, and I really get off of it early, fast and early. But there's some people out there that oversand. But if you don't understand, you can't oversand. Huh. That almost makes sense. Must be one of those days when I got the right drugs. Alright. Undersand means for this to work out nice, this spinning thing I did a little while ago, I'd really have to go in there with some 80 grit paper and knock some high and lows off. Alright? Then come back with 120, 180, 220, and keep knocking them off. Now, if I skip the 120 and go to 180, I left the 120 bumps in there, and I'm gonna take big waves and make them into smaller waves. Not make them go away, just gonna make them change. When you skip that step, you cheated your turning. You really did. I used to joke about it, and I said it on tapes, and you probably saw it. I could start sanding at 320 if I wanted to, but I'm not going to get the finish I want. If I want the finish to come out, and we have to do this more, I want to get it, all the abrasions removed. Do you follow that? I tell you to go do this, but then somebody's going to sue me about ruining their car. Go out and take some 80 grit paper and sand the hood on your car, and then paint it. It's going to look like crap, isn't it? Really, that's a technical term, crap. It's going to look terrible. Why? You didn't get all the bumps out. They're still in there. Well, same thing happens with wood. When you don't get the bumps out, they're still in there. And when the light hits them, they come back as not pleasant. They just come back as exploded. I've done bowls where I've done bowl A and bowl B, just because I can't come up with a better name, and sanded this one at 80, 120, 180, 220, 320, 400. Yeah. Sanded this one 180, 80, 220, 320, and then 400. The difference in the wood when I got done was night and day. Why? The scratches of that grit I missed, those scratches are still in there. They are a receiving light and reflecting light. Let's go to basic physics now. Receiving light, reflecting light. That's what all these products do. They don't naturally have a glow to them. The world isn't what we see here. It's what the light lets us see. So my blue is blue and your blue is purple. Hey. Alright. But it reflects the light back. If we sand it adequately, then we can get rid of that scratch. And that's where the orbital sander comes in at, because it'll remove the waste across, angled, and down, all in one move. That's the sound effect. It will remove it, and it removes it very nicely. Okay, why don't I do a powered sander? I've got probably 4 air-powered sanders and 3 electric sanders. I'm a hog for this stuff, or I was, until I understood what was going on. And it was nice, it was fast, but it didn't get where I wanted it to get. It just didn't. So now I start with the 80, and I do the half steps. The half steps. 80 plus half of 80 is 120. 120 plus half of 120 is 180. 180, the next natural step is 220. Next natural step is 320. Next natural step is 400. That's how these things are sold. For a reason. There's no 241.5 grit or 89.6 grit. These are built in stages. Now, I know this is going to get me some letters. Hardware store paper is just that. It's made for the common person. Simple effort, knocking the edge off a drawer, cleaning up the edge of a door, taking rust off the lawn furniture. That's what it's made for. It doesn't have to be exact, and the grit is not as exact. And I won't get in trouble for that. It's not as exact. But if you get the same paper from the auto paint shop, same kind of paper, it'll be better. They charge more for it, but the strips is not the way to go. Orbital is the way to go. And you can build a little orbital sander. I got one working and I got to get it out. But I don't have the pad. That's the deal. Well, if I didn't lose my mind, I lost my mind. But that will help remove it. And like I go to Vince Wood Wonders. Somebody says, I got to go because I got to get this best paper. I got to get the Extreme Pro 5 with such and such. Really? You really need that paper? No, you don't. You need something that'll cut your wood and cut your wood right. As far as people like retailers like Vince and stuff, they love that everybody's got to change. I mean, I like people changing over to carbide and calling me. But people are making changes. And they're discovering that I don't have to have a $2 sanding disc to get excellent work. I don't have a $2 sanding disc in the shop. And I got work that's looks like it's dipped in glass. And when I fire this thing up and we start talking about finishes and getting them, I won't really have to tell you that, because I've got some work that some is and some isn't, and that might be explaining. Soft and hard, sapwood, hardwood, yada yada. Okay? So we're going to talk more about that. But today we talked about how to present the tool to make a difference. The hardest thing that I can tell a great baseball player is go out and practice. Run laps. Do whatever those hops are. That's abuse. They want to play ball. You want to play ball? If you want to play ball, learn how to play ball. Practice. Chuck up a piece of wood and spin it and see what your cutters do to that wood when you change the presentation. Stop plowing in and start slicing in. It's all in, like your daddy said, it's not all in your hand, but it is. It's all on how you present the tool. A couple of things, it's easier on you. Makes the knife a finish. Keeps your blades sharper longer. Yeah, I know, that's a bunch of crap. I know. No, really. If you abuse the blade, it's going to get duller. So if you ease into it with the blade, you cut just as much wood, but you do less harm to the blade. That makes a big difference. It really does. So let's talk about making those changes. And while we talk about changes, Big Eye Productions, we're in our down season right now. Big Eye Productions is a company my wife owns that I formed that sells carbide cutters. We sell probably as many as anybody else in the world, or more than everybody else in the world. I don't know which way it is. We got the best prices around. We have 10 or 12 cutters and selections. We have sizes that fit almost everything. If you're looking to see if I have a cutter to match this, put a micrometer on it and see what the outside dimension of that cutter is. The largest outside dimension. Same thing with the square, round and all that stuff. Because then we can just go to our book on our website, www.eddiecastelin.com, under cutters only, and you pull all them cutters out, and then you find the ones you want. We're the guy that puts the dimensions. Find that somewhere else. The dimensions for the cutters. Because they're all coming out of the same box. Well, maybe not the same box, same machine, same pallet. You know. But we have all this. And I said our slow season, you bought from us great in a couple of months when you were stuck and you couldn't get in the shop. And now you're in the shop. Didn't you dull some blades? Didn't you need a template? Didn't you need a bar? Hey, give me a call. That's what I'm here for. And I'll even answer the phone on Sunday like I did for Woody. All right? And I'm pretty sure Woody had to hurry me off the line because he had to get into the shop and start turning some wood. All right, why don't you do the same thing? Go out and make some shavings. I'm Captain Eddie Castellan. Thanks for tuning in. Hope to see you soon.